go. That slowpoke is cooking. Right? Hello, welcome everybody to HobbyKing.com, and now that I've said that, I'm going to close my jacket a bit because it's rather chilly and actually really quite windy. But we're here for a flight demo on a firm favourite for you guys. It's the Durafly SlowPoke. Now this came out a couple of years ago and it's proved to be really quite popular. As I talk right now, this model is actually currently on sale as well, so do get one while stock lasts. Now, looking around the model, you'll see that it's ever so slightly different from the standard version that we show on our site. I have made some modifications to this, and there is a separate Mod Tech Monday video for that, which we'll link to underneath this video. But for today, it's just about a flight demo of the SlowPoke. This is running on a 3S, but for today especially, I got to take it from under here because it's currently holding the model, chocking the model because it's quite windy. It's a LIHV 3S I'm going to be flying on. You can also fly on a 4S battery for even more power. On 3S it's good, on LIHV it's even better. Personally I think it's best on 4S. It's a good all-round sports aerobatic model, and as the name suggests, it flies very slow as well. It's a basic 4-channel model, it goes together very, very easily. There is some gluing, a few screws, and you can basically transport it fully assembled as it is, as you see it here in front of me, because I think the span is around 1200mm. The full spec for the model is of course on the link underneath this video. I'm rubbing my hands like this because it is about 2 degrees, right? It's 2 degrees, cameraman? Yep, it's
cold, but it feels like 0.
Yeah, and that wind's strong, so it makes it so much colder. But you'll see, even when the conditions are like they are today, you'll still have a lot of fun with the SlowPoke. Now, without further ado, I'm going to stop talking. Let's get out and do some flying. I'll show you what the SlowPoke can do for this flight demo. Thank you. Oh, it's cold. Okay, so here we are. Now, the wind has dropped a little bit. However, it's a little grayer now. So we'll take advantage of that because it's always nice to fly in a little less wind. If you come a little closer, I will show you that in place of the pilot, we've put a little onboard 360 cam, so you've got an opportunity to see how it looks in flight. And we're pretty much ready to go. One thing I will note now, I mentioned before that it is a 3S model. You can do it on 3S, you can do it on 3S LIHV, but right now, the 4S that I was looking for, someone's arrived and I'm using their 4S pack, so we're going to be flying the SlowPoke on 4S because it can absolutely do 4S right out the box. It doesn't mention it in the web copy, but we'll update that because the 4S just gives you that much more power to make it that much more of a versatile model. Yes, it's a SlowPoke and you can fly it slow, and I'll give you a demonstration of it flying on, say, half power, which is the equivalent to a 3S, but with the 4S it just opens it up for that much more potential. So I've got everything on low rates. I'll show you a bit of ground taxiing first. Safety switch on. Do a little bit of ground taxiing now. Nice big wheels, which is great. The grass is bumpy, as you can see, but that's really working for the SlowPoke with those big wheels. Don't get too excited on the throttle because it might tip over a bit, especially when it's a bit bumpy. But there we go. You can see the ground handling is basically very, very good. So I'm going to taxi it downwind, and we're going to go in for a takeoff. We're clear, no one else is here at the club. Got a full-size air, but he's very, very far away. Ready for takeoff? Okay, here we go. SlowPoke on 4S for a HobbyKing flight demo. Slowly apply the power, feeding a little bit of up elevator. This is how I like to take off the SlowPoke, a nice rolling takeoff. Now that is taking off at half power there. How's that looking on camera? So that's about what you'd get at 3S, on just a standard 3S. So, as its name suggests, it's a bit of a SlowPoke, but it's great for cruising around. This is just cruising, and it's very, very relaxing to fly and very, very locked in. There's quite a wind, but not as windy as it was earlier, but it's still handling it fine on this, what would be stock 3S power. So let's go 4S now and I'll show you at full throttle. Gives it just that bit more head speed, and look at the vertical now going up. Very, very nice. I'm going to stall turn off the top of that. High rate there on the rudder to kick over for the stall turn. This is all power off now. And this is the great thing, it's got a very light wing loading, a very generous wing area, so you can really bring it in nice and close to you. That's a lovely cruising pass, look at that. Those cylinder heads look really nice, hey?
Looks chill.
The big wheels help for not only on ground handling, but for orientation as well. Take it up again, I'm gonna roll off the top of this one and do a full power downwind pass. Here we go. That slowpoke is cooking. All right, another little, I guess, stall turn or hammerhead off the top there. Lovely jubbly. Right, let's do a bit more aerobatics. Now, these are in low rates at the moment, so I'm gonna do a loop first. Color's looking great. Nice big loops. As big as you want them, really. Come around again. Really like the scheme. I hope you guys can see the difference there with the black stripes underneath and the red on top. Even on a dull day like this, I mean, for me, visually, it's sticking out quite well. How's it looking on camera?
The red and white really pops on camera.
Okay, fantastic. Now,
I love it.
Now I'm in low rates, so I'm going to do a roll now. Low rate roll, still pretty sprightly. Bring it back and do in the opposite direction. It's downwind, but we'll try it anyway. That's the right, very, very nice. Now, to get it out of the way and just to show you the difference, I'm now flicking into high rate. You can see it's quite a bit twitchier. So right, this is high rate. A little faster. Yeah, very nice. Oh, it's not as windy now, but it's still very, very cold. My thumbs are getting cold. Anyway, bring it around again. Or try some inverted flight, I think. So here we go. Rolling it over, just a touch of elevator. The CG is at 80mm from the leading edge, I believe, which is as it states in the manual. This is at half power now. Look at those wheels at the top. They really help for orientation when you're flying inverted. Look at that. Very steady, right? Down is up, Stuart, down is up. So that's the thing. You can just stooge around if you want, or if you really want to, you know, push a little bit of aerobatic flights, it does it very, very well. Now remember, red is now the bottom, black and white is now the top. I'll bring it pass for a low pass, or as low as I dare. Looking good, right? I think the pilot's feeling a little sick. I'm going to bunt out of that. Oh, sorry. We'll switch to the onboard for that. All right, let's get it back on camera. How's that?
Got it?
Okay, now I'm just cruising here again. I'm at about a third throttle, and also the benefit of flying at this speed, you can really elongate your flight times. You can easily get a good 8 to 9 minutes flying at this kind of speeds. I'll do a touch and go at this point. Those big wheels work very, very well. Bring it into wind, apply a little bit of power. You want to keep the power on because we're doing a touch and go, flare, or a bit of a bouncer, but those wheels take it. Look how the tail stays up completely and it just rolls along. With that modification I made to the wheels, it rolls so much better now. Going up again, nose to the sky. I do a fast pass this way. Okay, here we go. I'm going to bank away from us. Wow, see, it cooks. And you can bank and yank all day long. It's a bit of a Reno racer at this point. There we go, looking lovely. Should we try a knife edge? So I'm going to put it into, what am I on now? I'm on mid rates on the, where am I? There we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm in knife edge. You see it there?
Yeah, I got it.
That's only in mid rates on the rudder. Look at that. That's holding really, really nicely. So don't be fooled by the name thinking, oh, it's just for stooging around, it's just for slow flying. It's really not. With that 4S battery, look at that, here we go. Oh,
gorgeous.
Show me a slowpoke that holds a knife edge like that. Beautiful.
Well, apparently every one of them.
Yeah, well, every one of the Durafly. Now I say that because the slowpoke is originally, I'll give you a bit of history, it was designed to be part of the retro series that HobbyKing did a few years back. They had the Junior and then the Elder, and this is based on a design that was an American kit design, also by the name Slowpoke, and this is our foam equivalent of it. That didn't have, if I remember, ailerons, it just had rudder control, or at least in the standard configuration it just had rudder control. Just slow fly now like the Slowpoke really should, and can very well. But with the Durafly version, this was a project started probably about 5 or 6 years ago. This was done by the team in Australia at the time, and they did a reasonable job bringing this out to market. But again, out of the box, it needs a few refinements in terms of modifications to make it that much better So do check out that ModTech Monday video that will be linked below this one, and you'll see just with a few little tweaks out of the box as you're assembling it, it just makes for a far more enjoyable experience, both in flying and assembling, but also in terms of efficiency in flight, just really reducing that vibration. And the major mod being the 4S setup, because it flies really, really well on 4S.
You didn't change anything?
Nothing. That's the great thing. I believe this is actually the same motor and prop combination that's in the Swiss Cub, and that one we all know can fly on 3 and 4S very, very well. And that's it. The simplest mod to do is just stick a 4S in. Check the CG. The battery needs to be a little further back than the 3S. Of course, it's heavier. Wow.
Doesn't seem bothered by it though.
No, not at all. Got enough headroom on the 40 amp ESC that's supplied. The motor's fine, especially when flying cooler conditions like this. I'm going to cruise past now. Look at that. Really, really nice. And I think that speaks to the popularity of the SlowPoke. It's been a good selling model for us. It's very economically priced, even when it's not on sale, which as I speak now, this one currently is. And people love it, and I can see why. So if you were on the fence about this, or just wasn't sure about the SlowPoke, or hadn't really seen much about it, I hope this video shows you just how versatile and how fun it is. And it's actually a really cute, good looking model. It's quite goofy, but that's part of its appeal. Bit more power. Let's see if I can do a nice, oh, there we go.
Lovely.
I think we've probably shown enough, and I hope we have, because my hands are freezing cold. Bring it around. And for what we couldn't get on camera with the camera being held here by Andres, our cameraman, then we've definitely covered on the onboard. So that was the flight demo for the Durafly SlowPoke. Great, versatile model, economically priced, great bang for buck, as you would say. And it's got goofy looks for sure, but I actually think that's quite part of its charm. And Andres, this is not the type of model you would typically buy, but you said yourself that this appeals to you, right?
Well, it's more aerobatic than I thought.
Yes.
It looks fun.
Yeah.
I love the motor dummies in it.
It adds to it, right? Actually, tell you a little story. When this was first being developed, I remember that it didn't have those dummy cylinders, and it just looked a bit odd. So those are added, and I think it really helps add to the final finish and look. So thank you very much for watching. It's 0 degrees here now, and it has been all morning, so we are going to go inside and warm up. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Check out links below for both the product and for that ModTech Monday video I mentioned, showing you a few little adjustments you can make to the SlowPoke out the box to make it that much better of an experience. Again, this has been flying on 4S. Standard recommendation is 3S, but a 4S 2200. Well, I can show you. Here we go, look. Whilst we're talking about it. There's my 4S 2200. It's a little bit further back than the 3S would be, because obviously it's a heavier pack, but that still gives you the CG at 80mm from the leading edge. So a worthwhile mod for sure, and very, very easy. But if you don't have a 4S, even on 3S, it flies very, very well. The 4S just gives you that much more headroom to do some more aerobatics. So I'm going to warm up and then fly some more, but thank you very much for watching. This has been a flight demo of the Durafly SlowPoke. Please check out the links below. Can't even speak now because I'm getting so cold. And I'll see you again at some point soon for another flight demo and more videos here on HobbyKing.com. Please like, comment and subscribe. Do enjoy reading those comments particularly. You're mostly very generous there, and we appreciate the feedback. So thanks for watching. Andres, let's go inside. It's cold, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye-bye.